Well, hi everybody, and welcome to Moodle Support Theater here at SOU. We are beginning our Gradebook series of videos, and we've prepared a special shell, and at the very top I've just added a syllabus, and that's really all you need to get started on grading. Now we're going to come to the left-hand column, and in administration it says Grades. Give that a click, and if you're a new faculty person, you'll see a list of your students, and that's about it. If you've brought a course forward, it may bring forward the structure of the gradebook, and if that's already done for you, go ahead and skip this video and go on to the next one where we talk about the different methods. But for a new person, let's come to the top row and let's choose Setup. And really, you're going to have your course shell, which is like a house or a structure in which you're going to add categories. I cannot stress the value of categories both in the gradebook and in the quiz bank enough. Let's show you what I mean. Let's choose Add a Category. You've got your syllabus done. You know homework is going to be worth 25% of the grade. Type it in, come to the bottom, select Save Changes, and it's just that simple. Notice we now have homework, 25%. And right next to the darker area where it says 25%, it says that because you typed it. There's been no calculations that's actually happened. Let's go to Add Category. Let's put in another one. Let's call this one a Project. This one's going to be worth 20% of the grade. Not 220%, 20%. There we go. And again, select Save Changes. Now those aggregation methods, we're going to be talking about those in our next video. They do play a role in how your gradebook is going to appear to yourself and to your students. After I've made changes, one or two, I like to save changes. It's just a good habit to get into. Now categories, and you will continue to add categories, of course, until you've reached 100%. What is the usefulness of this? Well, let's go to the front page and let us turn our editing on. And in topic 1, I'm going to add an assignment. Select the Add button. We'll go into detail on assignments in another series of videos. Here, I'm just going to call this Homework. You are required to put in a description, and this can be very useful. I'm just going to put in HW, display it on the front page because there's not a lot going on. We're going to scroll down here to where it says Grade and choose that item. And here it is, Grade Category. As you go through setting up your assignments, you're going to set due dates, you're going to set the types of files, feedback, all of that good information. And when you're all done, here in Grade Category, I know this is homework. I'm going to put it in the homework category, save, and return to my course. The information you've put in your descriptor is going to be there on the front page. And when we go to the gradebook and we go to Setup, notice homework is in the homework category. It has a distinctive style of icon, and it has begun to assign weights. This is due to the method being used, and again, we'll talk about that in your next video. There is another way to add a manual item. I'm not real big on it, but I do want to show it to you because it may be useful for you. I'm going to put Add a Grade Item. I'm going to call this Project. I'm going to make it worth 50 points, and I'm going to choose Save Changes. Notice I didn't put it in the category, and there it is at the very bottom. It's kind of just floating out in space, and it's like, oh my gosh, I've made a mistake. Do I have to delete it? No, you don't. Simply come to the very right-hand column and put a little check in the checkbox and move that item to, in this case, the Project category. So if you make an error, it's quite forgiving. Notice the points are beginning to calculate automatically. That is because we have set up a natural weighted means of grades. That's about my cue to move into the next version. Before we do, let's go ahead and look at the value of this as it's going to appear to the students. I'm going to choose View. I'm then going to choose User Report. This is what the students are going to see. And notice now it's very clear: homework, what assignments are there, project, what assignments are there, what the course total will be, and it'll show how much of impact each assignment had on the overall grade. This is going to reduce a lot of questions. This feature is very useful in that here in the upper right hand corner you can look at all of the students, or let's just see what student 4 is up to. And as grades have obviously not been entered, there's nothing to see, but you'll see in the later examples how this can be very useful for both you and the students. So, let's return to the front page, let's come back to our next series of videos, and let's make some sense of these numbers and how the grades are calculated. If you need help between now and then, come on by Library 321, the Center for Instructional Support, because we're here to help.